What about those senators who may be interested in hearing witnesses? What's your sense of how many there are?
Martha, I got to tell you, after today, if there are going to be any witnesses called, I think Hunter Biden and Joe Biden have to be the very first two witnesses. I was very surprised, as were many other senators, that the House Democrats put Joe Biden and Hunter Biden at the center of their case today. And that case is very weak when they're trying to defend Hunter Biden for going to work for a corrupt Ukrainian oligarch for $50,000 or $80,000 a month at the very time Joe Biden was running Ukraine policy for the Obama administration and then intervened in Ukraine to have the prosecutor investigating that oligarch fired. So the Democrats might want to be careful what they wish for when it comes to witnesses.
Well, I was watching as well, and Representative Garcia made some strong points about the timeline that, Viktor Shokin, the prosecutor in Ukraine, had dropped the case, moved on from it, and it was not really sort of on the radar when Vice President Biden made the call that he should be fired based on, he says, the policy of the United States in terms of going after corruption.
Martha, remember, we're only hearing from the House Democrats now. I believe when the president's lawyers put forward their case starting on Saturday, we'll see more relevant facts about the exact timeline of when Hunter Biden went to work for this corrupt oligarch and when Joe Biden began to put pressure on the Ukrainian government to fire him or at least rein in his activities. Because remember, we're only hearing one side of the story so far, but even that side in defense of Joe Biden and Hunter Biden, I have to say, is pretty weak.
All right, so let's go back to my original question, which was how many senators do you believe will vote in favor of hearing witnesses? Because that could change the dynamic of this whole proceeding.
I don't know yet, Martha. We haven't heard the president's case yet. I do have to note, though, that Chuck Schumer had the exact opposite position 20 years ago during the Clinton impeachment on almost every point he takes. I'd also point out that the Democrats have specifically requested subpoenas for some of the president's closest advisors inside the White House, the kind of advisors that presidents of both parties have long refused to let testify in front of Congress. The Democrats haven't.
During the Clinton, but you're comparing to the Clinton impeachment. Clinton himself testified on video back then, and a number of his top advisors did as well.
Well, so first, Clinton and his White House fought at every single turn in the courts to prevent those testimonies from going forward. That didn't happen this time because the House Democrats didn't even pursue this testimony in court until they came to the Senate. Second, remember, that was in a judicial proceeding. That was under the old independent counsel statute. I'd have to point out, though, Martha, that the Democrats have not sought the testimony of Rudy Giuliani, a private citizen, or, say, Secretary Rick Perry or Secretary Mike Pompeo, who regularly testify in front of Congress. Why are they going after the president's closest advisors, those most likely subject to executive privilege? It's because they care more about trying to create a campaign issue against Republican senators than they care about getting relevant testimony.
Senator Cotton, thank you very much. I know you're all on a short break, and we appreciate you taking a moment to speak with us. Good to see you tonight, sir.
Thanks so much, Martha.